Good morning, good day, depending on where you are tuned in from. This is the Thursday Morning Digest, and as always, we come to you right from the heart of the city of Nairobi at the Elevate TV studios. I welcome you to join us this morning, and I am your host, Laureen Magotsi. So we have been talking about financial planning. In our last episode, we did talk about how you can ensure that you plan for your finances. For those that were able to tune in last Thursday, we talked about the 30% that you need to make sure you segment your finances so that you are able to manage them and be able to take care of your future. So today, due to actually public demand, we will continue with that discussion. And we have our guest in studio, and I will introduce her, or she will introduce herself shortly. But again, the question is, for those that may be joining us for the first time, do you have a financial plan? Do you have a budget? Do you have a plan to secure your future? Well, today in studio, we have Hannah again, and she will introduce herself, and then we'll begin our discussion from there. So thank you for tuning in, Hannah. Thank you so much for agreeing to come back. And of course, our viewers really wanted you to come back so that you can share more on financial planning.
All right. Thank you so much, Laureen. I'm happy to be here. I am so grateful for your viewers. We have been interacting off camera, and I've gotten a lot of feedback of the same of what you're saying. Once again, I am Mrs. Hannah Ndeti. I'm a financial coach. I'm happily married to Andrew Ndeti, and because of my clan, I'm from the Kanini clan, so Kanini clan, hi. In regards to what we spoke about last time,
yes,
I'm very passionate about saving, and I want to help families better their lives and individuals better their lives. And what we had begun the conversation of how we manage whatever income that comes to our hands or comes to our pocket is very important. After you have gotten your income, of course, we give 10% to the Lord because He has preserved our life. He has given us the power to create this wealth, to get this income. And after you have given your 10% to the Lord, which you need to do quickly and efficiently so that you don't change your mind. And then whatever is left of your income, this income is the income after payee. Why payee? Pay is the amount that we give to Caesar, that we cannot be able to touch or use. That is money that never will ever come to you.
Yeah.
So you have to apportion it in, after you have removed whatever comes in is your net income. From what you're given, your treasure, from that income, we divide it into three.
Yeah.
Now what you're calling the 30%. And as a recap, the first 30% is what we say we pay yourself first. Why do you need to pay yourself first? Because everyone wants a part of you. Everyone wants something from you. You need to pay the rent. You need to pay school fees. You need to pay the fuel. But whatever that remains in your pocket, that is what is your money.
Yeah.
The rest it does not stay. It flies.
Yes.
So it's very important to start by paying yourself first. Otherwise, you realize you'll not have any savings left to pay.
Yeah.
Because of the many different expenses that are there and the many demands that are looking at you.
Just there on that point, I think it's just important for our viewers, especially those that are joining us for the first time. Remember that saving is actually paying yourself. Yes. So we say that saving is not, paying yourself actually is not, treating yourself to some spa day or going to do your hair in an extravagant manner. That's not paying yourself. Those are actually expenses. I know in Kenya we like to say it kurudishia mwili shukrani.
Yes.
But those are expenses. But when you save, that is actually paying yourself. Yes, please.
So in the paying yourself first, you need to apportion 10% as emergency, which we said you should keep 2, you should accumulate to 18 months of your monthly expenses.
Yes.
2 of which you should keep in your bank account where you can be able to access it for real emergencies.
Yes.
And the rest of the 16 months, you need to keep in a money market like IC Lion, where you can be able to access it anytime you want.
Yes.
365 days. And I can help you with that, viewers, if you reach out to me. And then the second 10%, it goes towards saving for your dependents.
Yes.
That's for your children, of the financial goals that you have, that you're working towards. If you're working towards paying a mortgage, if you're working towards a good investment to buy property,
yes,
that should be apportioned from the 10%, the second 10%.
Okay.
The last 10% is that you're going to grow old and you need to provision for your senior years. Why? You realize most organizations, the retirement is until 55 years.
Yeah.
But the current mortality rate in Kenya, people are living up to the ages of 80, and you have around 25 years that are looking at you, that you have to take care of. And many people are not surviving the retirement because they didn't provision for it, and they're not able to keep the quality of life that they're used to. So it becomes a shock. You're not able to go to the hospitals that you were going to previously. You're not able to eat the food you're eating before. And probably even some do not have a home back at home to go to because they're so used to, maybe the employer is giving them a house here in Nairobi. So it's of importance to start provisioning for your retirement as early as when you start employment. Think about your future. Then the second 30%, 20% should be going towards your rental expense. That's including water, service charge, and electricity. Why? It's important to maintain the 20% so that you can provide room for the other expenses within your budget.
Yes.
And some people argue 20% is very low. But the beauty of living in Kenya is there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
If you want within your budget, you will get somewhere that is within your budget.
Yes, yes.
And then the 10% that is remaining, 5 should go to your guardian. And I've had feedback from you viewers that you are saying, if my parents are able to take care of themselves, they don't need my money. But you're not giving them because they need it. You're giving them to honor them. You're giving them to love them. Because it is a promise and a command from God that you may live long and it shall be well with you. There are people who have financial problems because of not honoring their guardians, because of not honoring their parents. And there are so many who have given me feedback of getting financial breakthrough because of that bit of going back to the parents and continually honoring them. It's not only these ceremonies that we take our friends back at home and do a big party. No, it's a concise acceptance and a commitment that you have given in your budget every month, and you communicate, I'll be taking home this to you, mom, to you, dad, for honor. And there's nothing as sweet as enjoying the fruits of your child. Then the last 5% that is remaining, you divide it by half. 2.5, you grow your community. We are all from a community. You need money, committing to loyally to give to your friends, baby shower, bridal shower, whatever that is within your friendship. Why? Because your friendship and your network are the ones who will be able to open doors for you. So be a committed friend, be a loyal friend, and you'll reap the benefits. Then the last 2.5 is to the poor. And these are people who you do not know, who have no association to you. Why? You realize that when you give to the poor, you lend to the Lord. And there are blessings of wealth that will only come to you when you bless the poor. Because God in his mighty ways knows how to reward you. And this is not blessing the poor and putting it on Instagram so that the world can see there your reward is in full. But when you give it in secret, the Lord in his own ways know how to bless you. Last time we did not manage to take care of the last 30%. The last 30%, we call it lifestyle. Lifestyle means we are all of different personality, and we all of us have different needs and perspectives in life. So the last 30% we now attach it to our lifestyle. If that is for books, that's for everything that is left, your food, your chamas, your children's school fees for the primary, that is where we keep it. You realize that there's one who loves a lot of clothes. There's another one who loves a lot of books. Like myself, at our home, you'll find under the bed, I have boxes and boxes of books because that's where my money goes to. I love reading, I love knowledge. Another one will have a closet of shoes, another one have a closet of clothes, others are wigs. So in your all other expenses that are remaining, you should apportion them within your 30%, depending with your lifestyle.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It will work.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so I hope you've had that on the last 30%, but I'd like us to just discuss that last 30% some more. So when you say that the 30% is about lifestyle,
Yes.
so does that mean that I choose to spend it the way I want? Yeah.
Okay. In as much as we have these budgets,
Yeah.
they're not meant to constrict us. They're meant to help us in discipline.
Yes.
They work as guidance.
Yes.
So you realize that the reason why it's kept in that margin, in your last expenses, you'll find there's so many things that we haven't looked at. There's food, there's transport for you, there's transport for the children, there's school fees for the children. And there's so many expenses depending on where you live.
Yeah.
So why we call it lifestyle is for you to make sure you have apportioned and it fits within that last 30%.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we leave it open, you'll realize you'll spend more than half your salary on your lifestyle expenses. Yes, that is why.
Okay. So in other words then, if my lifestyle expenses exceed 30%, then there's a problem.
There is a problem.
Okay.
Meaning you are living beyond your means and you're not able to save better and you're not able to grow faster because you're eating your future.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you've had that. So we have completed the 30. Of course, the 10% had already gone to tithe, so that makes it 100%. So today, I think I just want us to have a discussion on, so where do we begin this journey of financial management? Where do I get even something to manage? Because somebody may be sitting somewhere and saying, you guys are talking about financial management, but I have nothing to manage. I don't have any finances. What is your advice?
Look for problems. Look for gaps around you. Do a feasibility study. Look what people's pain points. What are people suffering from? Right now, for those who have been to the market, there are no onions. And whoever has onions has wealth. Look where there are challenges and try to meet those challenges. Because where those challenges are met is where the money is. It's where the wealth is. Then also look within you. Everyone has a talent. Everyone has a gift. Everyone has a skill. What is it that the Lord has given you to do? Maybe you're a good singer. Work on that talent. And then also you can be able to open a YouTube channel, work on it. Others are very good farmers and you have so much property left back at home that you could be able to do something actively with that property. You need to, one of the things that I would want us today to discuss is about creating wealth. And in creating wealth is looking about what you can be able to give back to the community. And so many people are of this opinion of the government needs to help me. There are no enough jobs. There are challenges, there are gaps here and there. But if you look within yourself, and it's part of adulting. Adulting is not taking up excuses. Adulting is waking up, showing up, and doing something. I love our youths in Kenya. You have seen youth going to cut up melons, cut up pineapples, and others doing smokies and others doing eggs. And they have been able even to create employment and even replicate that in different streets of Nairobi. But you who are sitting at home and saying there are no jobs, you just first need to change your mindset and be positive. If you're in a plot where there's deficiency of water and probably the property is up to 10th floor, you can be able to provide a chain where you can be able to be selling water and carrying for people up the stairs, and that will help you gain some capital. You can be able to go to the market as early as 4 a.m. Wakulima market, buy things cheaply, and then take it to your estate. From the knowledge that you have, from what you have read through our educational program, from that knowledge you can write books, you can write articles. People are looking for people who know how to write very well, who can be able to proofread articles. Look for opportunities, and from those opportunities is where you'll be able to create wealth. I want us to look back at the book of Joseph. And when Joseph was he was a slave, and he had every reason to complain. His brother sold him. And when he was sold, as a slave, he didn't have an income. But where the Lord placed him, he prospered. Why? He worked as unto the Lord. If it's clean like you're doing it to the Lord, like angels will be working here.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ will be visiting. And I'm reminded of one of my brothers. My brothers in Christ. He got an opportunity. He always wanted to work at the UN. And God enabled him to get an opportunity, but the opportunity he got was being the tea person. And I really bless God for the example of, he was our youth chairman.
Yeah.
I really thank God for the example that he gave us. He will go dressed in a suit, pristine suit, clean, neat, and he will serve that tea to the glory of God.
Wow.
Very well, very classy, very dignified. And God raised him from being a tea person. And he was a man. He was not a lady. He was a man. And God was able to bless him to grow through that season. And right now he's working at the headquarters in New York.
Wow.
Yes, in a very good position together with the wife. So we need to change our mindset that there are no opportunity. We need to change our mindset about the taxes that are coming up and now and again, and look for opportunities. Be willing to work. There's something you can do. And God is so faithful.
Yeah.
You will not leave your house and go out and work and come back empty-handed.
Yeah.
But if you're diligent with your work, like Joseph, he was in Potiphar's house as a slave.
Yeah.
And then through circumstances and the Lord's will, he was put into prison. And even while he was in prison, oh my God, he still prospered. He still became the best person in prison, and he was the overseer of even his other prison mates.
Yes.
So it's very easy for us to complain, but when we are faithful and when we are grateful for the opportunity God has given us, I'd wish people will take time and thank God for life. First of all, you're breathing. We are from Corona, where we had to buy oxygen for some people. You are breathing. The fact that you are healthy, you have 2 feet, you can walk. There are people who are disabled. Get out of the house, get out of bed and do something.
Yes.
There are people who have this gift of organizing homes neatly. And doing very nice deco. Just come to your house and just put order. That's a gift. And you can monetize it. But if you sit there and complain, there are so many reasons to complain. And when you're able to create opportunities for yourself, that's where the wealth will come. And how much do you need to start saving? For us, we take savings from 500 shillings. And when you start saving, there's something about money, that money just attracts money. When you just start saving, you'll be motivated to continue.
Yes.
And but when you have zero, you start creating an attitude of don't care. There's so many challenges. There's so many issues. You just are complacent. So just start. And if you do not start, the rain is coming. The drought is coming. And by the grace of God, we are all alive because of Joseph's obedience. By going to Egypt, he was able to help that kingdom save 7 years of abundance that the Lord had provided. Because 7 years of famine are coming. And that is a lesson that God has taught us. That even as we have what we have right now, we have to provide for the future. Because even as we were talking earlier, the challenges that sometimes come are challenges of health. It may not be the challenge of your own health. It can be the challenge of your sibling or your parent. And we are one step away to poverty by just a disease that come and wrecks the whole home. But if you are provided for something, you will not start from zero. Even when you're asking your friends to help you, you have something to put on the table that they can be able to also increase for you. But you cannot be at zero. So wake up, start something, create wealth.
Wow. I hope you're listening to us this morning. Create wealth. You have something, you have a talent, you have a gift, there's a capability you have. There are many problems in the world that are waiting for us to resolve. And it is in resolving them that we get paid. So get out, get doing something so that you can create wealth. Then you'll have something to manage. Wow. What a powerful start to our discussion this morning. Okay, so what are some of the things you've seen are a hindrance to this process of creating wealth? I know you've talked about excuses. People, I mean, by the way, I saw in the news the other day, I think there's a new phone in the market.
Yes.
I will not say the brand, but they are saying about 300,000 Kenyans, is it? They have snapped up the phone.
Okay.
You know? And it's not a cheap phone.
Yes.
Yeah, so in Kenya, the way we like to say, ni wewe, it's not everybody. If you say the economy is hard, yes, times are tough,
Yes.
but not everybody is feeling it.
Yes.
You know, that's very interesting.
Yes.
There are new cars in the market. Okay,
Yes.
some may be loans and whatnot, but there are new cars
Yes.
coming to our roads every single day.
Yes.
There are people staying in hotels every
Yes.
day, not
Yes.
because they must,
Yes.
but they have chosen
Yes.
to go on holiday and what. So you really need to actually stick with us so that you understand how you can manage your finances
Yes.
so that you're not subject to the environment that is around you. So anyway, create wealth. Okay, so after you create wealth, now I was asking, what are some of the excuses? Yes, and issues.
Pride. Pride. Oh, my people, pride. People do not want to. They feel there are some jobs they can't do. They're too low for them.
Yeah.
But those low jobs are the ones that are holding our economy.
Wow.
If you walk around the city, there's so many businesses in Yamakime and other places
Yes.
that are doing very well. There's some businesses that the youth have refused to look back, farming. So one of the challenges for creating wealth is pride.
Yeah. Wow.
So we need to be humble and look for those opportunities, even
Yes.
if it means dirtying our hands.
Yes.
There are people who believe because I had an A, I had a first class, there's some opportunities I can't do. They're waiting for that government job or that NGO job for them to be able to sit down and get the much money. But the bit is, you have, as an adult, your opportunity is you have to wake up.
Yes.
You have to do something.
Yep.
You have to go out and create your own wealth, create your own opportunities.
Yes.
And then another excuse that people are having is grumbling. You sometimes you grumble so much and causes you to be bitter. When you become bitter in life, you're not able to see any good. So that causes you not to be able to create wealth. Another one is your influence. Who are you working with?
Oh, wow.
Who is your company?
Yes.
And you'll find that that company is the one who is causing you not to prosper, that's not to create wealth.
Yes.
Another issue that is there is you're looking at your at the generation of your parents. You do not, you know your father owns so much property, your mother owns so much property, and you're just waiting for them to die to take over their wealth, which is very evil. So we need to wake up, stop being a sluggard, stop being lazy, wake up early, do something.
Yes.
And then another one is also what you're feeding your mind. You'll realize there are people who are feeding their minds with very wrong things online.
Yes.
You're just online watching bad things. I don't want to mention them. You know them, my viewers. What you're feeding your mind.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm a bookie. I love books. There's
Yes.
so many good books that
Yes.
are out there that can be able to help you.
Yes.
Another challenge that people are having, which is so sad, is the one of hopelessness, where you have just accepted the situation.
Oh, no.
Niko tu. I am just there. You're just moving paper. And you're finding these issues is not only for the people who are unemployed, even the employed. There are many opportunities around you that could help you grow, but you
Yes.
have refused completely
Oh,
to
no.
expand the places of your tent to enlarge yourself. And you're just there. You're just complaining about the little income. You're just complaining about the little tax.
Yes.
My friend, those taxes are not affecting everyone. Yes, we are paying from the taxes, but within the resources and the opportunity God has given us, there's so much we can do to be able to even increase our income that you don't feel the pressure. The other day I met a young man who's doing so well in our industry, and I asked him, what drives you?
Yeah.
And what he told me really amazed me and put a smile on my face. I am working towards not feeling to fulfilling my pain points, that I'll not care about the price of petrol.
Wow.
That my children will go to any school they want to go anywhere in the world.
Wow.
So he's working towards his pain points. to relieve them and get them out of their way.
Wow.
So if people will be able to open themselves up, there's so much wealth within yourself. And when you get this wealth, you need to take care of it. Now we go to the second part of preserving your wealth.
Yes.
Why do we need to preserve our wealth? You realize that the rain is coming. Yes, we have good time right now. It's green, it's beautiful.
Yes.
But challenging times are coming.
Yes.
And if you don't take care of the challenging times that are coming, you'll come to realize that you'll start disturbing people. Oh, Hannah, send me this. Oh, Hannah, help me here. Why?
Yeah.
Because when you have the opportunity to save for your children, now they've been called to beautiful school, Kenya High and others. You're calling people for Harambe, and you had a time to provision for them early. And so that when they're going to school, they do not have to worry about school fees.
Yes.
And that is something we can help you with. And then another way of preserving your wealth is consolidating your wealth. According to Proverbs 27:23, be diligent to know the condition of your flock and pay attention to your herd. Why is it important to pay attention to your herd and to be diligent with it?
Yeah.
So that you can be able to take care of your herd. If your herd is sick, you can be able to arrest the situation early,
Yes.
or that sickness will completely wipe out your herd. And one of the ways we need to consolidate our wealth is we have worked in different places throughout your lifetime. And every place you have worked, there's a pension that you have been given.
Yes.
But after you have changed 3 or 4 times your job, you realize you may not remember, or the person who was a HR in your former organization 3 jobs ago is no longer there.
Yes.
So you may find that it's not important to follow up that money, but it's important to consolidate it.
Yes.
Open a personal pension plan and start dripping in those different employers who had pension for you and consolidate your wealth.
Wow.
Why this is important to you is that in your retirement, when you do not have the strength, you'll be able to access your money easily.
Yes.
Without having to go to 3-4 third parties, or even companies are sold, companies go bankrupt,
Yes.
people leave organizations that you knew, and then you have to start from scratch. So it's important to consolidate your wealth.
Wow, wow. Just there.
All
I think
right.
it's important for our viewers to understand what you're saying, that when she's talking about, checking the health of your herd, the status of your herd is looking at what do you have in your hands and where is it?
Yes. Yes.
Any resources that you have, where are they sitting?
Yes.
So that now, what we are learning this morning is there's a way you can actually consolidate all those so that you don't lose out in the future.
Right.
So, I mean, we have to take a break. I can't believe how time is flying, but we'll be back shortly. So please don't touch that dial, and please spread the word around to your colleagues, to your friends, and tell them this is the show to watch this morning, because we are talking about personal financial management. And of course, we have in studio Hannah Kibuchi Ndeti, our financial advisor. So we'll be back shortly. Don't touch that dial.
Prepare to tantalize your taste buds. Get ready for culinary adventure like no other. Join Chef John as he takes you on a global food journey.
Health eating is our lifestyle.
Every episode, you will discover the world's most delectable dishes. Get ready to sizzle, spice and savor. Culinary arts, coming to your screens soon.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back. We are coming to you live from the Elevate TV studios where we are advancing kingdom lifestyle. And we have been talking about financial management. And we continue from where we left off just before we took the break. And we were talking about consolidating your wealth and the importance of knowing where your resources are and putting them together. Hannah, please guide us from there.
I gave you homework of having financial dates. If you're single, have a financial date with yourself. Look for good friends where you can be able to sit down and talk together and brainstorm on financial dates. If you're married and you have married your money, you have married your wealth, you need to sit down and consolidate your wealth. Let your person know, that shamba that I bought in my youth, where is it? I had shares. I had bought some Safaricom shares. How are they doing? And make sure all these places that you have your different wealth, do you have the documentation for it? For places where the wealth is not a freehold property or a leasehold property or a basic asset, it's in cash form.
Yes.
Have you put your person as next of kin? Are the details clear?
Yeah.
Why this is important to you as a family is also to know the potential that you have within that family. It's very important to balance your books, and this should be done every quarter. Please review your wealth, review your portfolio, see what you have added, update it.
Yes.
And even where you keep this information is also very important. I remember my father, God rest his soul, he used to have this bag, this briefcase, where he would keep all our birth certificate, all our title deeds together. And in various times, there was a challenge, and I remember at one point, our house got torched, and the only thing we were able to remove was that briefcase, and all of us children knew you only need, if anything should happen in the house, you just remove that briefcase. This is something you should also teach your children. You have kept your papers well, and you've kept them together.
Yes.
Now if an emergency could happen, we all knew what to remove.
Yes.
So even teach your children, even take them to those properties, show them where they are.
Yes.
Because life is life.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's important to consolidate your wealth. After you have now seen where these properties are, look of value addition opportunities that you can be able to do in those properties.
Yes.
If it's a piece of land and you're saying, I'm just speculating, we're going to do something in future.
Yes.
Right now, there's something you can do. You can maybe even build mabati homes there and rent them out for 1,000 shilling each.
Yes.
Or you can be able to plant trees, and these trees will be able to give you income.
Yes.
Right now, we have a shortage of trees in Kenya because the real estate economy has ballooned and everyone is building and they need timber.
Yeah.
Grow them. Every one of us, every day, we need to eat a fruit.
Yes.
You can plant fruit trees, add value to your property, add value to your asset, and it will return back to you.
Wow. Wow.
Then in consolidating your debt also, you also need to look if there are taxes that are attributed to that asset. Why is this important? You realize if you don't pay the taxes on your property, they can also be seized by the government. Because you have a responsibility as a good Kenyan to make sure that you're paying your taxes in time. Or you also look for opportunity when they have waivers. You'll not be able to do that if you're not looking at the condition of your flock.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. I hope you're learning as much as I am and that you are taking note of some of the things that you need to do. One of the takeaways from our discussion this morning, have financial dates. It can be with yourself or you find like-minded individuals. Remember, Hannah just told us that you need to know the people you hang out with because they can determine your financial wellness. Yeah. So make those financial dates so that you're able to track your resources. Now, I want us to go and look at maybe now, next, after you have preserved or you have consolidated, how do you preserve?
After you have consolidated your asset and preservation is now, you need to make sure that property is secure.
Yes.
I know you're aware of there are people who are coming in and they are coming into your property without your knowledge, and if they stay there, especially in law,
Yes.
for certain periods of time, you
Yes.
cannot be able to withdraw them away.
Yes.
Because now the squatters are taking over your property.
Yes.
But if you know the condition of your property, and then you have planted whatever you are able to plant, and also fenced it,
Yes.
and often go there and find out what is going on. Even probably that area had not grown, but now it's growing.
Yes.
There are schools that are coming in,
Yes.
there are roads that are coming in, there's
Yes.
something you can do. So now by preservation is now start saving towards developing that property.
Yes.
And you can save from your own income, and also you can partner. You can partner with different organizations like the banks who are able to help build, and then you share the returns on
Yes.
investment from
Yes.
that property
Yes.
through rental income. You can also, by looking at that property, you can see that why not sell this
Yes.
and then transfer that money to develop
Yes.
this. But
Yes.
you will not know the potential, and until you sit down and consolidate, then you preserve and grow.
Wow.
And grow your wealth.
Okay.
After you have preserved, you need to protect. By protecting, it's not only your wealth that you need to protect, you also need to protect your own life. Right now we have employers who are paying our health cover, but in future, in your retirement, you may not have that benefit, that they'll continue taking care of that liability
Yes.
or that expense for you. You have to start thinking about your life cover in your old age. That is something we can help you do. And also, none of us here will be alive. Even all my viewers who are watching will be alive 200 years from now, as my bishop likes saying. So we need to take care of our afterlife.
Yes.
How we take care of our afterlife is by legacy. What is it that we are going to leave back to our children? If
Yeah.
you're not here today, do you know there are relatives who love you very much? They'll use your children as house helps and nannies. Why? Because you did not live, you did not take care of their
Provide for
future
them. Wow.
and prepare for them. And how do you need to do this? If you have young children who are in school, you have to take care of their provisioning for their education. If you are alive or not,
Yes.
how will they study? If it is your wife, if you are not there, how will she be taken care of?
Yes.
And even after you, what is an amount we call sum assured that can be able to be given to your family, to your next of kin, that can be able to set them up in life?
Yes.
Those things you start now. And it's not easy to start because
Yes.
people will start well, but finishing well is a challenge.
Yeah.
So just sit down within yourself, have your financial audit, come talk to us as your financial advisors. We are able to have a personal plan with you on how this can be done within your estate and help
Yes.
protect you. Take a life cover to take care of your future. And then also there are conditions of life that are coming up, chronic illnesses, there's cancer, there's kidney failure, there's heart disease. We have protections. We have products that can be able to protect you, that in case you get cancer, there will be money that will be given to you to provide for you to go to India without hustling people. Even if you need to hustle them, you'll tell them, I have 5 million, I have 10 million. All I need is for you to add to my
Yes.
portfolio to enable me to do this and the
Yes.
other, or
Wow.
take care of your family.
Wow. Wow.
But these things are not a surprise. You have to take care of the condition of your flock because those are the realities of life.
Wow, wow. You know, as you say this, I'm just reminded of a scenario where, you know, somebody I know lost a parent, and
Yes.
you know, we have a common bond.
Yes.
So, you know, lost a parent, and of course we sent our condolences, and you know, we then said, guys, we now need to contribute, because
Yes.
naturally,
Yes.
for people you love and people you hang out with,
Yes.
you want to make the burden easier.
Yes.
So
Well
somebody
said.
said, yeah, we need to start contributing.
Yes.
So we said, okay, as usual, we eject the person from the WhatsApp
Yes,
group,
yes, that
then you
is
start contributing. Then one of us says, guys, I have information from the ground that says the family does not need any contributions. But what we can do is buy flowers, because the deceased wanted flowers at their burial.
Yes.
But they provided
Yes.
for their own funeral.
Yes.
They even determined what they want,
Yes.
and the funds were available.
Yes.
And I learned that some people are actually stressed when
Yes.
people die, not
Yes.
because they have lost their loved ones,
Yes.
but because the debts that have been left behind, you
Yes.
know, the burden
Yes.
that is left behind. So you
Yes.
think somebody is crying
Yes.
because they have lost their loved one, but they are
Yes.
crying because the burden that they see
Yes.
after this body is put 6 feet under
Yes.
is something they cannot bear.
Yes.
Let's make it easy.
Yes.
Death will come unless
Yes.
Jesus comes. So
Yes.
we need to be able to face that reality
Yes.
and plan especially for our loved ones.
Yes.
Wow.
And
wow.
these things are not expensive, my dear viewers.
Yeah.
With around 650, you can be able to take care of yourself, your spouse, and your 4 children per year. What is 600 shillings to you?
Wow.
It's
Wow.
we go out for a coffee date, even it may not fit.
It won't be enough.
If you have people who you know are depending on you, you have your siblings, you can
Yeah.
be able even to protect your siblings. You have your parents and your
Yeah.
parents in love. You can be able to provide for them because these things will come. It's the reality of adulting. Provide for them. And you can be able, with 600 shillings, you can get a benefit of 50,000.
Yes.
With 6,000, you can get a benefit of 500,000. What can 500,000 do for your family
Yeah.
in case of death? And you realize this 6,000 is what you'll be able to give to your friend in your chama, in your
Yes.
welfare.
Yes.
But you realize 6,000, if you put away in a month, if you divide that, is very little money
Yes.
that you can be able to put away. In a month, it's 200 shillings a day. You decide this month I'm keeping away 200 to protect my family and pay it off and
Yes.
forget about it. Because those are the realities of life.
Wow.
And that part of being adulting and being a good steward is protecting even the afterlife.
Yes.
Not only of yourself, but of your parents, your spouse, and
Wow.
your children,
Wow.
to the glory of God.
Wow, wow. So we are talking about preserving your wealth, and we've talked about several ways that you can do that. So I hope you're taking notes. Now, I want us to move quickly to just looking at some of the things that make it impossible for us to preserve our wealth, and that's debt.
Yes.
So how, when I come to you as a
Yes.
financial advisor,
Yes.
where do we begin when I
Yes.
tell you I'm sinking in debt?
Good.
Yes.
Awesome. I have touched on a topic that I'm very passionate about, debt. Debt is a very good thing and also a very bad thing. It is good in the sense of why you are taking that debt and where you are taking that debt. If you're taking that debt probably to help somebody who is unwell, or to buy a vacation,
Yes.
it will not pay itself. The main purpose of a debt is usually to enlarge the places of your tent, to help you get a second income, a second
Yes.
passive income.
Yes.
And you'll realize this passive income will be able to pay the debt off. So when you come to us, and especially to me as a financial advisor, what we'll do is we'll do a list of all your debts. And you need to be open. You need to be truthful and honest to
Yes.
yourself. You write down all your debts. After you write down all your debts, the second thing we're going to do, we're going to remove all the debt apps on your phone. Because some of the people that are entering into debt, it's not because they need it, it's an addiction.
Oh.
We need to remove all the debt apps on your phone and revoke those accesses. Then now we have written out all these debts. After we've written out what the debt is, the debt amount, and when it's due, and the
Yes.
interest rate it's gaining.
Yes.
Now, it's very fulfilling when you start paying the debts, you see that it's possible to recover from it. So we'll start with the smallest debts. This will give you a sense of pride.
Yes.
Once you have started paying up the small debts, and these debts include even the mama mboga in the estate where you carry your vegetables, your milk. It's very important to honor those debts.
Yes.
Once you start paying the small debts, you start now reducing the other debts. The amount that you have cleared, you do not start consuming that. You now start, it's called a snowballing effect.
Yes.
So you start paying the small one, moving on to the next, until you clear.
Wow.
And then you look within your property, the things that you used to buy these debts. Probably you have good handbags, very expensive ones that you may have bought because out of pressure, out of a weak moment. Start selling them, auction them in your social media, within your circles.
Yes.
Use that money to cover this debt. Reduce where the expenses in your home. If you're eating fish and chicken 3 times a week, reduce. Move from eating fish to eating omena. It will still give you the same nutritional effect.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, debt does not give, some bad debts do not give you peace. But if it's a good debt, you realize that it will It will pay itself first and will not give you pressure. Then also some of these debts come to put us down. As a Christian, I will request you to pray about them and God to open your eyes in regarding to this debt. I remember that my own testimony, I had taken a debt with a bank, and then it was a time where it was not price controlled.
Yes.
And they were able to move from a percentage of 17 to 29.
Wow.
In a short period of time, and 350 that I had taken moved to 1 million in such a short time. And you know, banks start paying their interest fast before now they reach to paying the principal.
Yes.
So I kept paying extra. At that time, I didn't know what was going on. And then when I would go to the bank, they'll still show me the principal hasn't moved. It's still looking at me. I've been paying for 3 years. It was so hard.
Oh, no.
Then God started revealing to me that I need to give thanks. And He will reveal to me opportunities to pay it off. Then I got the revelation about selling debt. You know, you can sell debt. By selling debt, is going to another financial institution with a cheaper
interest rate.
Cheaper interest rate.
Yes.
And that's how I was able to move that debt from a bank to a SACCO. And then that SACCO was paying that debt a 17% straight line. And I continued trusting God and looking for opportunities. Now that I knew that I could sell debt.
Yes.
And I was able to resell the debt again to another SACCO who bought it at 12% reducing balance.
Wow.
And I still didn't give up. I kept trusting God. And I got connected to an organization called Kiva. You can look it up. It's a crowdfunding where they're able to fund you with money, but you only return to them the principal.
Wow.
So lastly, I was able to sell that debt to Kiva.
Yes.
And Kiva only paid the principal, and that's how I was able to get out of debt 3 years earlier.
Wow.
So look for opportunities, research, read. There are ways you can be able to reduce your debt and breathe.
Yes.
Another way is when you look at that debt, look at a facility that can be able to buy, you get one big SACCO loan, for example, pay all those debts and you're remaining with one person to sort the debt with. Because you realize if I have 10 people who are calling at me, who are annoyed at me, it will give you pressure than having one person that is following you up to be able to pay your debt. And then I have some sad news to tell you, my viewers. One of the reasons that people are in debt is not because they took that debt for themselves or for their family. It's because of the characters of people. Probably you guaranteed somebody a loan.
Yes.
And then this person knew that after they get this loan, they're going to go abroad. They knew they're not going to pay. They're going to change their residence. They're going to go away. So even as you're guaranteeing people's loans, don't be quick to sign because you feel I'm just helping a friend. Pray about it. Also look at the character of that person.
Wow.
You realize there are people who are putting us in debt and it's not our fault. So if you feel that you're not comfortable with that person, if you have to sign, give the least amount that you are able. Why? So that you can be able not to lose out. And if you realize you're in that situation and this person has run away and the SACCO wants to take your savings because of the responsibility that you had taken up, team with the people who had guaranteed that person. And you can even hire an investigator to reach where this person is. Make sure they're in CRB. Do not just let it go. And do not just smile at them. They say money doesn't have friendship. You have to be diligent. You have worked so hard for your money to lose it so easily. And then also, as I said last time, there's the debt of pride. The debt of pride is you have these debts and you know before God, I'm not able to pay. And you had borrowed from your family members, you had borrowed from your friends. Go and ask for forgiveness of this debt. And I tell you, because of the graces of God, there's such an awakening and an opening that comes in when you put your pride down and ask for forgiveness. It's just something that comes in, and people are able to reduce. They can reduce by the interest rate. They can even reduce by the amount of debt, or they can even forgive the full debt because of the grace of God. So don't be prideful. You can open and negotiate. Talk about it. Yes. Don't be silent.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Very useful nuggets we are learning this morning about debt management. So I mean, how do you, what would you advise somebody who, you know, because there are all these people who may be calling,
Yes.
you know, putting pressure
Yes.
on you.
Yes.
And so people duck
Yes.
and go, you know,
Yes.
underwater
Yes.
so that they cannot be reached. What would you advise such a person?
Another thing that the law tells us is how important our brand is. A good name is very important. In as much as you have all these people that you owe, be genuine. Tell them the truth. It may hurt, it may disappoint them, they may shout at you, they may talk ill about you to other people, but be genuine. Tell them the truth. Right now, I'm not in a position to pay, but give me time, because it's the truth.
Yes.
Don't duck, because even when you duck, you'll not be at peace. You'll be realizing you can be in the street meeting this person face to face, and then you see them coming, you start jumping to the road to go to the other side, and you can easily have an accident. You will lose sleep because of how people are calling you, are talking about you. But if you're honest and tell them the truth, this is what is going on, you realize even you'll have peace of mind because you have communicated.
Yes.
Communication is very important. And that also goes in marriage. You'll find that your spouse, there are spouses that are taking debt and not telling the other spouse and keeping silent, and then you find there are some microfinance who come in groups to repossess your property or repossess the assets in your home.
Yes.
And you as the other spouse are surprised. You need to talk about it. You need to be, to listen.
Yes.
And even you who have given people debt, please be open and listen, because this can happen to any of us because of our bad decision.
Yes.
We are not God, we are not the Messiah. But when that person comes to you, please take an opportunity and try and help them. You can be also offer a solution to them. To help them get out of that debt. But it's not the end of the world. Even every government of the world owes someone or has a debt. But how you communicate the repayment of that debt is what is going to help you. And as financial advisor, reach out to me. I can help you. We can talk it out. We can look for solutions. But most important, right now that you have wealth, please save. Today is the day of salvation. Today is the day of saving. Because it starts small and small to even to be able to pay that debt.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. 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 Very powerful nuggets that we are learning this morning. So don't run away, don't duck.
Yes.
Face your debtors or face your creditors, depending on which side you are, and talk it out and find solution. You can actually resell debt. I mean, there are so many options that are available. So all is not lost. Don't give up just yet. Talk to your financial advisors. And you know, it's very interesting. Actually talking to you made me repent. Because, okay, I know you're not, you know, like an insurance agent in that sense, but I know of, you know, insurance agents that we meet. So you meet someone, they're like, oh, there's this product for your child or for this or for that. And, you know, so they corner you, so you feel cornered, you give them your number, and they will not stop calling you, you know. And then I learned that in sales, they are told that, you know, you perhaps will get that deal after so many calls. So they keep calling and calling and calling. So it gets to a point where now you see, it's this number, you are not picking
blocked,
it. But imagine, they may be actually working, they have targets, they have sales targets and all that. But I think just listening to you has helped me to understand that these guys, even though they are doing their job, and they have an interest at the end of the other side, yet they are so useful to us. So I think as we get ready to wind up this discussion, just talk to us, because I know you've talked about a number of insurance products, you know. How important is insurance in this whole scheme?
All right. Insurance is the only place where the rich are using it very well. The Asians, the whites, because it's a way you can get to protect your wealth. You can be able to avoid tax. By tax avoidance means the money that you give to us 15% of that money, up to 5,000 shillings, reduces your pay. Yes, you're talking about the way the taxes are rising, but this is an opportunity for you to be able to preserve more of your money. And then you look at the many different ways of saving. We are the only people in our insurance and investment that you get your money in full without other extra taxes. And if you look at your estate,
Yes.
you have to go to you guys, the lawyers, where you have to appoint an administrator through
Yes.
court.
Yeah.
But what will your family be eating in that time when there's
Yeah.
the negotiation is coming in, or there's
You have
no
to go to
harmony?
court.
Yes,
Yes.
there's no harmony within the family, within the relatives. That is when our covers mature immediately to help your children, to help your next of kin.
Wow.
In a period of 1 week, you can be able to get your full estate with us.
Wow.
And
wow.
then there's
wow.
something that I love very much. In event of death, many people will come telling you, we are sorry, we are so sorry, and hug you. But we are the only ones who will come with real hope and give you a payment of a check that be able to take your children to school or be able to take care of the needs that are there. And for those who have taken educational covers, if you're not there, the company will continue paying for you and up until when you wanted your children to receive this amount.
Wow.
And if you're not sure of who you have left your property with, we have a trust where I work. We have a trust where the company will be paying directly to the school.
Wow.
And when your child attains the age of 18, whatever is left, we give directly to the child so that they can benefit them.
Yeah.
As compared to your estate, your many property, you do not know who you have left those property with. They will,
Yes.
they may misuse them. And when your child attains the age of 18, where they have a voice, they'll not get them.
True.
Or when they
Yeah.
want to go to school. So we help create your wealth by helping you to save, giving you a disciplined platform to save, earning you good interest. We have opportunities where for money market, you can access your money 365 days. If it's for your retirement plan, you can be able to get your money in that at the end of that period. And then at the end of that period, we help consolidate your money in a lump sum, and you're paid for the rest of your living life through annuities.
Wow.
So we help you to be responsible with your money. We help you save tax. We help protect your dependents. What else do you need? We are here for you.
Wow. 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 So there you have it, viewers, that please, pay more attention to insurance and the people trying to sell insurance to you, because they're actually not a nuisance. They are, yes, they have their own targets, but they are trying to help you and give you a good platform. And I think one of the important points for me is that
Yes.
your insurance products are not part of the succession, so it doesn't take time. You already have your dependents
Yes,
listed
yes.
and the portion, so you can actually apportion,
Yes.
to your dependents, so
Yes,
that
immediately.
even while you wait for court processes, they are not left stranded and in the cold. Wow.
Yes,
What
that
a
is true.
discussion today. Unfortunately, again, we've run out of time. I think we'll never get to the end of this, so we'll still call you again.
Yes. You can reach me on 07 21 594 53 now. If you are out of Kenya, you can add 254. We can still help you. Those who are out of Kenya, bring back your wealth here in Kenya and be able to protect it even when you're far. We'll help you. Yes. On our social media, I'm Hannah the Financial Coach on
Yes.
TikTok, on Facebook, on
Wow.
Instagram. Let's engage and the Lord bless you.
Wow, wow, wow. So there you've had it from our guest today. I don't know what are your takeaway points. I don't know what you picked from the last show we had, because she was still in studio with us. And even today, she's been here with us, and she's shared important insights on how we can manage our finances. So until next time, we are grateful for joining us, for tuning in this morning. As always, we come to you live from the Elevate TV studios, right at the heart of the city of Nairobi, where we are advancing kingdom lifestyle. So until next time, I've been your host, Laureen Magotsi. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.